What is going on, YouTube? How's everyone doing on this lovely Thursday night? This is Mike in the house, and today I'm not going to be doing any movie reviews, doing any like Best Buy out and about and stuff. That's not what I'm here for today. So I want to talk about something, and I, and this is something that I thought that I wouldn't even this is a topic that I wouldn't really talk about. So you saw the thumbnail. You saw the thumbnail, you know what it is. So um okay, so most of you know, some of you know that I don't have a car at the moment. I typically take Ubers and Lyfts to like places like I take Uber and Lyft almost everywhere that I need to go. If it was whether to the grocery store or if it's to like buy movies and stuff like that. Yeah, I would take a Lyft or Uber. It just depends. So, all right. And you know what they say, you gotta be careful with Uber and Lyfts nowadays. Cause nowadays these Uber drivers, they getting robbed and all that good stuff. And you don't know, when request a Uber. I mean, you don't know that person. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're getting into. I mean, you either gonna get into a conversation. I mean, and some of the conversations are good, but on occasion you're gonna get into those ones that are quiet and those who just smoke weed and all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna occasionally come across to you're gonna occasionally come across different Uber drivers, you know what I mean? So we have Sam in the building. What's up, Sam? He says, "What's up?" So yeah, Sam. I'm talking about Uber drivers and their attitudes. Now, uh, and the reason why that I'm talking about this because today, I went to the store. I requested an Uber. I'm like, you know what? It's raining. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna Uber to the store real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I had this one Uber driver, and mind you, I'm not revealing any names, what color car, this person has. I'm not revealing all that information. That stays confidential. You know what I mean? So this Uber driver, of all the Uber drivers that I've encountered, and most of them, they're either just quiet or they're just, very talkative. You know what I mean? And some of them could get political. You know what I'm saying? So I had a couple of bad Uber drivers in my lifetime, but this one, I'm gonna be honest with you, this one takes the cake. And I don't know what this motherfucker's problem is. He was just not nice. He was just not really, people friendly. So I clapped at him back. I clapped at his ass back. So, all right, when you request an Uber, they have a navigation system, right? And it will pinpoint where your location is. So when I got out there, he was sitting right by my building. So he had the right building, but as soon as I came in, he cops an attitude, say, "Well, you need to put an address on they need you need to put your address on the bill. You should text." I don't know what he said. It was like I forgot how he said it, how he worded it, but he was like, "Oh, well, you should put your exact building number on the in the message or on your app." And I told him, I says, "Sir, mind you, I kind of just moved in here, so You in the right place. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, if you have your navigation system and it's telling you and it's pinpointing that location where I'm at, then why are you making an issue? And I looked at her and I says, well, they don't have addresses here. You know, how my apartment complex is, we all have the same address, but we have different buildings, like building letters. You know what I mean? Like you have building A, building B, building C, etc. So he's like, oh, well, you should put, the exact. And I told him, I said, sir, you got the address. You're here. Why are you complaining? What is there a problem? You know what I'm saying? Why are you sitting up here complaining? And then he just kept going on and on and on about how, oh, well, and, just in case if, all the Uber drivers, because, well, if I couldn't find it, then I would have just drove up. I was like, sir, if you would, I was like, sir, first off, you're getting an ad. Why is you getting an attitude with me? You better watch the attitude. And then as I was explaining shit to him, he kept interrupting me. So I told him, I was like, I was like, sir, you don't interrupt me. Can I finish? You know what I'm saying? I told him, I says, any Uber driver with enough common sense. Now, if I was away from the area that I requested the Uber in, okay, that's my fault. Okay. But the fact is, I was inside my own crib. You know what I'm saying? I'm inside my own place. You already, common sense will tell you, you already know where, I'm posted at, especially if it's an apartment area. So you see me coming outside at this point. So why are you complaining? Why are you unhappy right now? You not happy because you had to pick me up because it's raining out and you're miserable. And it's like, motherfucker, if I had every dollar for a Uber driver who tells me the exact same thing you telling me, basically I would be just making that dollar because every Uber driver that I've encountered, whether it's my old place, okay, my old place is a little bit different because the way my old place is set up, I can give you the exact address and it will tell you to go to the opposite direction. But here, at the same time, you should have in your navigation system, you should have it to where you see where I'm posted at. It will tell you where I'm posted at. You know what I'm saying? Now, if an Uber driver drives a little bit, if they're a little bit out of distance, I walk over to them. As long as I know the car, I walk up to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm being careful, but I'm gonna walk up to them. So I don't mind that. That's me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna just walk up to a car that, oh, well, I thought this was a car, and then I'm in trouble. So I always make sure, I always look at the car, I always look at the make, I always make sure that it's the right car before I even get in. So this person made a big deal about it. And then had the audacity. He didn't drop me off right in front of the grocery store, not right in front of the door. He dropped me off by the parking lot where the handicap parking is. And mind you, it was raining. Now, I could easily report his ass. I could easily do that. And I honestly want to. But honestly, I gave him a low rating. And I did that because, you know what? I don't, at this point, nah, because that's bad customer service. You know what I'm saying? You're going to drop me off and it's fucking raining outside. Like, how dare you? And you're not getting the tip. So, you know what I mean? And you can say what you want, but listen, you you're not gonna one thing it's one thing if I'm away from the the pickup point. It's one thing, okay, fine. That's on me. But I'm at close range at the pickup point. You see me, I'm in the car, I didn't make you wait. So what's the problem? What is the fucking problem right now? And you had the audacity to try to tell me that, oh, well, as a as a customer, it is your responsibility to tell us where exactly. I said, no, as a fucking driver, it's your responsibility. If you have that shit on your navigation system, that you that's on you. You should have that response. It is your responsibility to know and to pay attention to exactly where the pinpoint is. Okay, if you're a couple of centimeters off, and if I get notification saying that, oh, you're here, and if you're a little bit, a couple centimeters off, okay, fine. I'll go up to you. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Now, even if I did tell you, even if I told you, y'all half-ass don't pick up, y'all half-ass don't see the text messages anyway. You know what I'm saying? Now, I had instances where they call me and it's like, yeah, I'm here, but I might have turned the wrong way. Okay, fine. I'll tell you exactly where to go. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, even if I tell them in the text message, it's still not going to pick up. They still going to follow the GPS. You know what I'm saying? And it's just this one particular one pissed me off so much, to the point where it's like, dude, you you lucky that I'm sparing you your feelings because I want to call you all sorts of names of the book, but I'm not going to do that because what is that going to solve? That's not going to solve anything. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to solve shit. So, at this point, I gave him a 1 star, and that's it. Case closed. Now the second Uber driver, he was really nice. I mean, he was really nice, and we had a conversation, and I told him about the situation. He, I gave him 5 stars, and I gave him a tip. You know what I mean? I Here's the thing: most Uber drivers, some of them, I think most of them expect tips and stuff like that. But here's my thing, and this is just me: if we don't engage in a conversation, I'll give you a 5 star, but you ain't getting tipped from me because we're not really engaging in a conversation. And it doesn't matter if I'm trying to engage in one and you trying to engage in one. And if it's not connecting, then no, uh-uh. Like literally, like engage in a conversation or something. You know what I'm saying? And it's just most of the time, whenever I'm in Uber, and then there's some Uber drivers that just want to get their stuff done. I mean, they want to get the ride done and all that stuff, which I understand. I mean, but you can't force people to um you can't really force people to talk. Engage in a conversation. You say hi, how you doing, and all this shit like that. You get what I'm trying to say. So um but yeah, every once in a while, if I engage in a good conversation, or if they go out of their way to stop somewhere, you know what I mean? Because typically, when you need to make an extra stop, you have to pay for it. But some Uber drivers, they, go out their way and they actually stop. You know what I mean? And it's like, no problems on the way. You know what I'm saying? So, you get Uber drivers like that. So, when it comes to Ubers and even Lyfts too, you know what I'm saying? Like you get the ones that, they're not gonna talk, they're not gonna say anything. They're not gonna really engage in a conversation with you. Nothing personal. It's just maybe they might be having a bad day. Maybe they want to just listen to some music. Okay, that's their car, their rules. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you're gonna come at someone with an attitude, then you, my friend, you just cost yourself not only your tip, but you just cost yourself 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? And the guy, when I approached him about his attitude, oh, I'm not getting an attitude. I was just telling you, no, it's the tone of your voice. You giving me an attitude. Okay, you better watch your attitude. Okay, because in a minute, I feel like, let me stop right there. I'm just gonna stop right there. I don't want to get the boot again. So I'm just gonna stop right there. And here's the thing. And these Uber drivers, they have to be careful of who they talk to, because you catch the wrong motherfucker at the wrong motherfucking time, and especially at the wrong motherfucking location, at the wrong motherfucking area, they gonna do 10 times worse. You don't know who as a driver, you don't know who you encountering right now. You know what I'm saying? You could piss that person off. You could trump that person off, and guess what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen is they're gonna go upside your head. You know what I'm saying? They are gonna go upside your head, or worse, they gonna kill you. There's been plenty of instances, and I saw this in news articles and on the news, that you know these these customers, they killing these Uber drivers. You know what I'm saying? They they are killing them, or they seriously injuring them, or they're robbing them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta watch it. You gotta watch what you say. You have to watch how you approach people. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for all aspects of a job. You know what I'm saying? So just because you have a little bit more freedom than a person who's working at Walmart or Myers or Target, that don't give you the right to come at somebody. Now, can you refuse a ride? Yes. And I think you could refuse a couple of rides before you have to take that ride. It's like you have to take it. And this is information I've been getting from other Uber drivers. And other Uber drivers, they tell me stories about, passenger, different types of passengers that they encounter. And sometimes whenever I'm in a conversation with Uber drivers, I ask them, I was like, what's the one common, what's the one incident that you encounter? What's the weirdest, or what's the longest distance you had to go, of what's the weirdest encounter you ever had with the customer? And hell, I made friends with a couple of Uber drivers. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's just it. Like, sometimes you build that friendship. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? So, all in all, though, that's my thing. Like, my thing is, if you're gonna be a Uber driver, at least be a respectable one. You know what I'm saying? Now, if a customer fucks up your car, and if they get an attitude, and if they start initiating like the bad shit happening and all that good stuff, then yes, I would say, yeah, but kick them out. You know what I mean? Or do the right thing and take them to their destination. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, if they gonna try causing physical harm, if they threatening you, then yes, you have the right to kick them out. Yes, yeah, you do. But Um, Other than that though, if you as a Uber driver, if you coming at somebody because you didn't see an address on the building, of course you're not going to see an address on the building. Of course you're not, because some apartment complexes don't have addresses. Some of them have letters, and then some of them, like, you can't even see the address. Some of them you can't see them. You know what I mean? And it's not their fault. But at the same time, as an Uber driver, you have the navigation system. They should tell you. Now, if you went in the wrong direction, okay, fine. If your navigation system's telling you different, okay, fine. And that's on them. That's on the navigation system. But at the end of the day, you have a responsibility to pick up a customer and take them to their destination safely and sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, you working for the customer. Yeah, you kind of working for yourself, but you're also working for the customer too at the particular time. So yeah, man, I thought I could come in here and give my 2 cents on this Uber thing and all that good stuff. And I wasn't gonna spend too much time on it, but my final thoughts on this one is, for those who order Uber and Lyft everywhere, you know what I mean? Like, look, don't let anybody cop an attitude at you, especially when you gotta go somewhere and and technically you're paying them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you paying them, you paying their bills right now. So they should be happy. And if they not happy, then they shouldn't drive Uber. They shouldn't drive Lyft. You know what I mean? So yeah, just, if you feel like you have to, if you encounter the same thing I encountered, you're not obligated to give these people 5 stars just because they need a rating. No, no. Give them how many stars you like. If you think that they're not safe drivers, they put it on there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not gonna, because after that, they're not gonna know who gave them the 1 star rating. They're not gonna know because they block all that. After that ride's over, that's a wrap. They block it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So I'm gonna get up out of here. That's my final thoughts. Um, if you want to see some more rants and stuff like that, comment on the comment section below. Like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends about me. Tell your family about me. There's gonna be some more comment in the coming days and in the coming weeks. So, with that being said, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.